I don't know if you can hear me.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
Oh,
Yeah. Loud and
yeah.
clear. Loud and clear. I'm just gonna pop over here real quick and check something out. We're good on the Uber Tuba. And by the way, what was that last track you were playing, dude? Like that was like some that woke up the fire back in my old DJ days, bro. When I was DJing, man, that was like something I would just throw down to get the crowd
That was
totally amped. That was I don't know what that was, but I was like, whoa, the old time is starting to pop out, man. I was doing some moves on the green room.
cybersecurity music, no copyright is what it was called.
Oh, cool. It sounds
Hopefully,
like for a minute, like it sounded like I could hear it slow down and speed up a little bit, like you were on a turntable. And I was like, shut up. Is she really doing that in the background? Like, has she been sandbagging on me this whole time?
one of
Come
these
on.
days, man, one of these days, you'll
Oh,
hear me.
perfect.
Uh,
Perfect. Sorry, I'm just loosening up for the big show.
I know, right? Um,
Yeah.
well, I don't know if we have any feedback, so I'm hoping anybody listening on Twitter Spaces, because I wasn't quite sure if it was going to play it at the same time as this. So as long as our sound is all good, I think I verified we're live and on the YouTubes, and pretty sure we're live on Facebook as well. So
Cool.
welcome to everyone.
Facebook. I haven't
I
been
know
there in a while.
we'll have some people on my Facebook. So uh
I
yeah, so
should look
how's
that
it
up.
going? How you
It's
been
going
doing?
good. Honestly, been busy helping some clients out. Also, been really actually helping some other people get signed up to become beta testers for this trading bot by Auto Crypto Investors.
Oh,
What else have I been doing? Um, Not specifically related to crypto, but I've been getting in real deep with learning the infinite banking concept, which is actually like a whole nother topic. I mean, it's not related to crypto, but in a roundabout way, it is. It's kind of like
yeah.
it's my end game per se, if you will, or rather, it's the
Yeah.
beginning of my end game. So, um, other than that, let's see what else has been going on. Christmas, uh,
So much.
blowing up the engine of my truck.
I'm not. Oh yeah. Oh, I feel so
Yeah,
bad.
yeah, that was just like no. Hey, it happened in the driveway. It's not like it blew up, but oil was good. But she's got 240 plus thousand miles on it, and it was like hesitating in the driveway. Like it sounded like it was kind of choking out. Where you kind of a little bit, right? So I hit the throttle. I got it up to 3,000 RPMs just to try to clear it out. And then after I heard clink, 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 clink,
Oh
clink, and
no.
I'm like, dude, no. So yeah, something's hitting the
Right.
oil pan, which means you got bad news.
Ay ay ay.
It's all
I'm
right.
sorry that's an
It's part of
expense.
life, man.
Yeah, you're right. I mean, shit happens, but dang
It
it,
does.
it's frustrating when stuff like that happens. I don't have all my Christmas shopping done, and I just realized that we don't have very much time left. And
Yeah,
and
we're literally 12 days of Christmas right now. Boom. You got 12 days till D-Day.
yeah, everybody is well, we do Christmas at the end of the month um because both my boys are married and they have other obligations, and so I just want everybody to be happy and relaxed, not needing to rush off at all. So I just opt to go with the later date. Doesn't have to be on the specific holiday, and then that way I get my time. So
No, that's a good idea. We on my side of the family, we always talked about that. Like, should we just wait till like after the new year? We would talk about it. I'm like, dude, think about it.
it
Everything
works.
for Christmas is on sale. People are returning stuff. We're gonna know what not to buy because everybody went
Yes.
through all the headaches and all this, right? Even like from a video game perspective, all my gamers out there. I mean, you don't want to be late to the party. I get that, but dude, sometimes everybody is online all Christmas weekend, and you're not getting some gameplay. There's glitches. Like it just becomes this frustrating thing. And then, so in our investigation on that, turns out I think it's the Russian Orthodox celebrate Christmas 12th of January. I could be wrong. But there was some interesting, like, dude, why don't we just adopt that? That sounds great. It's cheaper.
Yeah, for real.
It is.
So there's a lot of stuff happening in the cryptoverse this month, huh? I mean, but besides the scams and that, there's a couple of things I want to talk about as we get into the show a little bit. But there's a new offering by Uphold, and I know you and I have had conversations about Uphold before, but I've done my research on that company, and I've personally been, I like what I see, and they recently came out with Uphold Vault, where it's the concept of you hold two keys and they hold a key, so the three key principle, kind of like our friend Christine that was working for the private offices. I think if I recall, it was Gemini that was offering some sort of custody solution with the keys. And I think Unchained Capital might have been another one that was doing the three key thing when it came to custody, so that you still have full control over your crypto. So I have a couple clips to share and talk about it, and then once you hear about it, I wanted your opinion.
So, perfect.
Yeah.
To be clear on the Uphold thing.
Yeah.
It says I've experienced other people that have had just problems with Uphold. And when Uphold first came out, or when I shouldn't say when it first came out, when it first came to my attention about Uphold, the exchange, I was on the job site, and it was another coworker that was just getting into crypto, and they were on Webull. This is, by the way, 2000.
Webull's terrible.
And like end of 2020, like September, October.
Yeah.
And they told me about Webull, and they told me about Uphold. Voyager, I think, was another one that was out there as well. I think it was Voyager, yeah. And so when they were telling me about these exchanges, I was like, if you can't send your cryptos off the exchange, then don't play there. And at the time, Webull and Uphold, they didn't allow you to do that. And that's why I've just been like against it, because there were some other jaded things that happened during that time. And that was the Robinhood GameStop effect, right? Okay. So, and, Robinhood shut everybody out to buy, keep pumping up the price because of whatever reason. You can't do that. You're messing with the market. Your business is there just if people want to buy, let them buy. If people want to sell, let them sell. You don't get to have control over that. That's not your deal. You're there to provide a service. I want to buy something. I want to sell something. That's what you do. Stick to it. So with that plus going through, the 2017, really the 2018 ICOs, rug pulls and all that, kind of in the wake of all that. And 2019 was a little bit better, but still had the, rug pull 2.0s were kind of still there. Right. So there was just, a lot of that type of stuff going on. So Uphold for me, was just I'm not going to play there because not my keys, not my coins. And, it seems like other people have had very good success with it. I've just ran into clients that didn't have success with it, and I've just tried to help them out and navigate through that. But if they're making improvements, go ahead. Cool. Do it.
Rosemary
Oh
is
God,
here. She says she's listening but away from the keyboard. Well, we love you, Rosemary. We're glad you're here. Yeah, so I would say Uphold is a company that it has been kind of trying to do things the right way in terms of, well, I mean, when you think there's many different right ways, right? Oh, she's cooking and we're good company. I hope it's
oh,
something good.
cooking. Cooking. What are we cooking?
but yeah, I think they've slowly been building and trying to play along with the regulatory clarity and making sure that what they're building is going to play nicely with everything that's coming down the pipeline and that's been being built. And so, I pay attention to people like Brian Brooks and those types of people that have been, if you watch these guys that have been in one position and then they move to another position and another position, and they kind of are laying out the groundwork for what needs to happen in terms of kind of staying away from getting in trouble, right? With the regulatory agencies. And so I think that Uphold is a company that has been doing that and trying to make sure that they're not going to get shut down once they get really up and going. And so I think some of the choices that they made, they did so just out of caution and possibly also to while they were still in testing phases. And that's just my opinion. I'm not positive, but it would make sense to me that you don't want to like go out full bore on all these things until everything's all solid. And so now they've come out with this vault that I'm personally interested in. And it's supposed to be really easy to use. And I'm going to play videos so the listeners can hear, because they'll explain it a lot better than I can explain it. But it just seems like it's making crypto easier. So for people to feel more secure when it comes to self-custodying, and they seem to be champions for self-custody sovereign. They're not, they want you to be able to hold your own keys. So I think it's worth looking into the company. So you want me to just
but they still get one of your keys, right? But they get one of your keys, right?
Yeah, they get one of your keys. They do get one of your keys, but you can't open it without two keys. It has to have two keys, the vault. And so you get two keys, they have one. If you lose one of your keys, you can use your other key and pair it with their key to unlock the vault. They cannot use your key. They cannot get to your keys.
So this is only on their system though, right?
Well, that's the thing.
Actually, play the video. Play the video. I'm asking. I'm so sorry. I'm asking questions that you were going to share this awesome content. So please share. Please share. I'm already going into my poking bear mode. I'm like, let me see this. Let me get the magnifying glass out. No, that's not real food.
First, you want to hear the Brad Kimes interview first, or do you want just the short little advertisement?
Brad. I love the way Brad talks, man. I can listen. I love his intro. Yeah. Brad Kimes, come on in. I love that.
Come on in. All right, so I'm going to share him.
All right, I'll mute myself.
This one and Biggie Baby. All right.
Another great thing that you've got coming, you have something that you are going to unveil at Uphold. Can you tell us what it is?
Yes. So later this month, we're unveiling Uphold Vault. It's an assisted form of self-custody, and it makes self-custody easy for the average user. In simple terms, it's a multi-sig wallet where the user controls the majority of the keys, 2 out of 3. Uphold holds one key. Vault assets are on chain. They're fully in the user's control. We Uphold cannot move them. We only have one key. But the vault is resilient to key loss. So if you lose your key, you can put your remaining key together with our key to create a replacement key. And I guess the reason we're excited about it is because it makes self-custody very easy for the average person. It keeps the assets super close to the trading venue. So with one click, you can move the assets back from the vault to the trading venue. No routing through a desk to try and find your backup, or digging in the garden for the metal plate with your key, traditional self-custody model. It makes it super easy and super convenient. And I think we're the first trading venue that is offering as part of its app a native self-custody option. So we're very excited about it. It launches at the end of this month, and it puts the user fully in control. And I've always thought, probably the biggest problem in crypto is it's not easy for the average person to hold their assets on chain, and we hope this solves that.
Well, Simon, I can speak to this because I have been really just holding back, wanting to talk to the audience and tell them I've been beta testing the Uphold Vault. And Simon, it is everything you just said. I cannot impress on the audience enough to understand just how user-friendly it is, just how safe it is, and the fact that you get 3 keys. Uphold has a key, you get 2 keys. And what's incredible about this is that you have sole control of your account, and it is immediate. Some other offers I've seen out here, you got to wait a few days to get into your account. This is so user friendly because I can take funds directly from the vault, go right out to the hot tradable side of the desk and sell my XRP immediately. If the price is happening and I need to do it, while everything else is still protected in that vault. Now, this isn't like other products that are cold storage either. Cold storage products are a nightmare. Most of them are absolutely a nightmare. And look, this is not trying to stand here and beat up different products and services. This is to distinguish the difference of what you have done. What you have done, I feel you have done it. You have done what no one has been able to do so far. And I can say it because I've been beta testing this thing, and it's absolutely remarkable. It is user friendly. It is something your grandmother could use. It is that simple to understand how it works. Slide, touch, move over, it's done. It's just like that. And I want to say to people, so they really understand this, when you think about custody in a macro sense, this is the foundational block, whether we're talking about institutional custody or we're talking about retail custody. Isn't this the foundation for where everything can truly now begin to be built on top of it?
It is totally. I mean, it's the foundational principle of crypto that you're self-sovereign over your money.
That's right.
And, it's just been a shame up to now. It's been, the hardware wallets are very clunky to use. They're very inconvenient. And the native.
Oh boy.
This is a switch. This.
Well.
No. This is a switch bite.
That's
In fact, any bite can be a
I want one of those
native
red
on-chain
one.
user. It's complex and impractical. What I really liked about the solution that Stephen McNamara, who runs our Uphold Labs team, came up with is fundamentally Uphold Vault is a window onto the native multi-sig technology embedded into blockchains, and that's technology that's protected tens of billions of dollars. Bitcoin, the network has never been hacked. There's an individual wallet belonging to one of the exchanges on Bitcoin with $9 billion in. The technology is battle tested and proven, and what we're doing is putting a window on it to make it super easy to use for the average customer. And as you say, I love the fact that you can just pull the funds back in one click to the trading venue and carry on trading.
Oh, 100%. And look, to add to all of this, There's so much I'm excited about this and wanted to talk about this for weeks, if not a month or more now with this beta testing, is that anyone who's been in this space for any length of time understands the difficulty there have been watching multiple exchanges go down. And in current news today, we're seeing Bittrex unwinding their business. We see Binance in trouble today. We saw Mount Gox a decade ago or whatever it was. You know, this has been the story all along. No more are you going to lay in your bed and worry about what's happening to your assets. No more are you going to lay in bed and worry, can I fix this cold storage thing? Do I remember even how to hook it up and use it? That's gone. And for the first time ever, you're going to go to bed and have the best night's sleep you've ever had your whole life. Because now you're going to have the Uphold Vault, which is super simple to use and very, very secure, because there's no back door to this app.
Back door. I like that.
Absolutely. So, you know, the keys are generated through, you know, public libraries, open source code, very, you know, very proven technology. As I said earlier, you know, we only hold one key, so we can't move any of your funds once they're in the vault. You can just come to us to either move the funds back to the trading platform, which we do automatically, so you don't have to do anything. The keys are automatically put together. Or if you do lose one of your private keys, we can help you create a replacement key. And even if the Uphold app is down, or you know, heaven forbid, the entire company goes away, funds in the app, they're yours. You're in control of them. Nobody else can touch them. So, you know, it's a true self-sovereign solution.
Yes, and if you lose your key, you have the ability to regenerate another key for yourself. And even if you wanted to do it, let's say every 3 months, just for your own personal security and state of mind, you could actually do it as just a general practice for yourself. There's so much control and ease of use with this app. I can't help but feel like you've done it. You've done it.
Well, that's great to hear. I didn't know that you're in the first test group, Brad. So I'm really thrilled to hear that you like it.
I absolutely love it. You know, it has been exciting to sit down with the team that you have at Uphold, which, by the way, are incredible. And I say that because I am not a tech savvy guy. So they're also very patient. So, you know, and they could speak to that better than I could, right? So no, once they walked me through how this experience was, it comes to you so quick. Actually, I was expecting it to be more difficult because of all the other cold storage and vault options I've tried in the past. And actually, when I sat down, I was like, oh, so you mean all I have to do is slide across and confirm? And they're like, yeah, that's it. You're done.
Yeah, if you've ever used a hardware wallet, it's night and day, right? I mean, it's just so convenient and easy, and people obviously just gravitate to products that are easy to use and make their life simpler. So we think it's really gonna solve a problem and, you know, open up self-custody to mainstream.
Custody, the first foundational brick on building a really true, healthy, regulated market. And I think Uphold has absolutely done it with a great level of success. Simon McLaughlin, any final words?
No, great to see you again, Brad. And obviously, you know, any feedback, do let us know. I guess the final thing I'd highlight about it is, you know, it is genuinely novel under the sun. Nobody else has brought this combination together in the same way. And one of our design goals was survivability. Obviously, the prime design goal was safety of user funds. The second was simplicity. Third was survivability, i.e., can the user move funds even if the Uphold app is down? And that's why we've gone with native multi-sig. We looked at MPC, and there are other exchanges out there who've gone the MPC route, multi-party computation route. We didn't choose that because if the vendor goes away, it requires really heavy-duty server-side infrastructure to make it work. So for the average user, you're dependent upon the vendor. And so it didn't pass our survivability threshold. So, you know, very conscious and deliberate design choices were made here that we think has created something that's very easy, secure, and simple to use.
For the best night's sleep in your life that you've ever had since you've been in crypto, it is the Uphold Vault. Simon
And that is why I wanted you to listen to it. And unfortunately, I wish I would have cut it up into different pieces instead of having to play the entire thing. Shout out to
No.
Brad Keim, Digital
Oh,
Perspectives.
no, good, Brad. I mean, seriously, that's good for bringing
Tim-
it to the people. But
Yes,
Brad,
Brad,
you're selling it a
Brad-
little bit, bro. There's some of us in the
Brad-
crypto space that are a little resistant to the sales pitch.
But I will say, I liked his. Well, Lewis Jackson has an interview with Simon also, that's even longer and a little bit more detailed, and so I'll put in the show notes. I'll put the link to that as well, both Brad's and Lewis's. But what really caught my attention is what he explained at the end, and I was hoping that you would have understood what he was talking about, because so I have heard of this multi-sig wallets before, and so when they were saying this was novice and that this hadn't been done before, and I was like, well, I think I've heard of this, which I mentioned earlier, but perhaps they were using what he was talking about at the end, that the multi-computational or whatever, where then you're dependent on that vendor, right? If they go away, and then it's just harder. The way that they've created this, it sounds like you don't need them to survive in order to still have access to your crypto, and that to me is important. Shout out to NFT Solutions, joined us on Twitter Spaces with a nice awesome
NFT
dog.
Solutions, my brother. Yeah.
Your brother NFT Solutions. Raise your hand if you want to come up.
Yeah.
And talk.
Oh yeah, man. You want to talk about something else, man? That guy knows a lot. He is a genius in the backcountry of Texas, and I'm just gonna leave it at that. But that other man is a genius. Yeah, that's a smart dude, right?
Yeah, he has got. Let's see. How do I? Let's see if I can invite him to speak. I'll invite him to speak.
Yeah, actually, he would actually have some thoughts on this.
I bet
the multi sig. So okay,
Rosemary,
so I'm from
thanks, guys. I only barely heard of this Uphold custody development. You're explaining it really well, which I'm super excited. So yes, go ahead, Simon. We have 7 people watching this on YouTube. Hello.
I'm 4 of them.
No, you're not supposed to tell people that.
It's good enough. I am one of them, but I just want to make sure it's good to go. That's how I do it. So I think first off, what Uphold has done, I think is great in the sense of they were the first ones to be able to do what is already available for those of us to do. And that is not your keys, not your coins. Honestly, for me, first red flag is they have a key. Now they say that it's just there to you lose one key, bring it back. We have the other key to make another key. How's that work? How are you able to do that with a native wallet, right? And that was the key thing that I'm glad Simon, awesome name by the way. He shared that it's a native wallet. So if you went to bitcoin.org and you downloaded the core wallet, you're downloading the native wallet. You're downloading the Bitcoin wallet. Okay, this is a wallet that other wallet creators or platforms like the third party that you were mentioning there, like Exodus, Atomic, the list goes on, right? All of those wallets are native wallets. Your Ethereum wallet in there, that's an Ethereum wallet. At some level, they have to have a core or multiple core or native wallets. So that's always in a roundabout way been there. But Simon says that that they didn't go that route that most have, that they chose to go this route. So the end user is in control of it. Now, me, myself, I will sign up for the vault because I want to see if I can destroy this thing in I don't mean destroy it. That's the wrong word.
Yeah.
If I can
I know
break
what you
it, right?
Yeah.
I want to like, you know, I heard him say, hey, you can go from the vault to the trading disc. Okay, great, man. That's awesome. But how about from the vault to whatever other wallet I want to? Can I just slide and click and do it? I'm good to go.
Good to go.
Is there something else there that I need to do? I don't know that because I haven't tried it. Right. You know, it's just still sounds like it's an in-house thing.
Well,
And anytime there's go ahead.
Well, I would just say for people that know what they're doing already, you know, obviously people that are comfortable with having, you know, whether they have a paper wallet or a cold storage wallet, and they're comfortable with the whole maintenance of the keys and all of that stuff. You know, obviously that's probably not something that most people are going to want to do, right? That are already not experts, but you know, pretty fluent with what's happening in the crypto space. But for those folks that are starting to come on board and looking to get into a company that is, you know, kind of playing with the regulations and the rules and all of that sort of thing, kind of like
Which
the
could be a
Coinbase.
problem.
They're just,
Which could
you
be
know,
a problem.
which just depends on, I guess you have to decide which direction you want to really go with this, right? Because there's a lot of stuff happening. You know, there is the self-sovereign route where, you know, but you do have to take responsibility and you do have to know what you're doing. And you have
Right.
to be slow like that. And that's part of what this show is about, is, you know, dipping your toe into it and learning, you know, what to do. This is a solution that I see bringing more adoption into the crypto space, because most people are going to be more comfortable with this type of option. And so I am very interested to find out more about this. I would never put all of my eggs in this basket or any other one basket, but I am definitely, for some reason, I feel more comfortable with this option than I do going and buying a Ledger, to be honest with you, because there's still some things with Ledger and, you know, all the cold storage wallets that give me some red flags that, and then, you know, well, we'll talk about it later, but there's been some recent friends that got hacked, and that I see NFT Solutions popped on stage. What do you got, NFT Solutions? You want to share something?
Hey guys, I think I got in a little late, but I think I heard enough of what you were playing there. I'm getting an echo. Hang on.
I
Could be a Twitter and YouTube thing. Let me mute
No,
this.
I'm just on Twitter. Okay, that seems to be better. I just muted the mic and came back on. Forgive me if you hear the children in the background. Eddie's
We love
babysitting the two babies at the moment. But anyways, no, I think
Oh no, we cut out. You're cutting out, unfortunately.
Space grows, we're gonna have to have these solutions. I mean, unfortunately, at least here in America, we've become a. Well, can you hear me now?
Yep. Now we can.
Yep.
Okay. Yeah, like Simon said, I am out in the sticks of Texas. So
holding it down, brother. Hold that. Hold strong, brother. Hold strong. We need you down there in Texas doing it.
I hear you. But anyways, I think that there's going to have to be solutions like this. One of the projects that I'm heavily invested in and follow quite a bit. I think they kind of believe in the fact that we're going to have a hybrid system for people to learn this. It's us early adopters that have come in and figured all this out kind of ourselves, how to do the cold storage and set up devices and keep our stuff on paper wallets and and our private key safe in more than one spot in case something happens are the OGs. But new people coming in, they're going to want these easier solutions. And I mean, unfortunately, as much as we're against it, this is kind of how we're going to, in my opinion, transition the best way to make people feel comfortable. The only way that I would feel comfortable letting somebody custody my crypto would be some sort of a retirement 401k type situation where I take my 401k that I invest every paycheck, and I invest it with either like a Vanguard or a BlackRock or something like that, and I have the ability to purchase crypto through that vehicle. That would be the only way I would feel comfortable. Just like right now, if I were to buy stocks, that would be the only way I would do it, is because they are backed, they are insured,
Yeah.
and they have the track record. And so with vehicles like Uphold, they're building out something, platforms, in my opinion, that are going to allow people to come into the space and not have to have an education on crypto and keeping it safe. They're going to be able to walk in and almost be like a hybrid of what they're already doing with stocks and bonds, stuff like that. And so
Mhm.
I don't necessarily agree with everything that they're doing, because not your
Mhm.
keys, not your coins, just like
Right.
everything else I always preach. But at the same time, the people that I try to educate on the subject, they just get so lost on the keeping it safe
Yeah.
that they just get kind of starry eyed and just move on. And so these solutions that, platforms are starting to build out are in my opinion, a good sign. And also hopefully going to drive a lot of people to it because of the ease of use. And so I'm kind of like Simon. I'd like to get on there and play around with it
Yeah.
and see,
Mhm.
what benefits it might have, and if I can break it. But at the same time, I'm also wouldn't be putting much in there. It would just be like testing it out and seeing what I could do. So, but that's off of what I heard. That's kind of my opinion on it. But I think it'll be something that we need to kind of keep our eyes on and see how it progresses from here on out. See if other companies are going to jump on board and try these things out. And then what happens when these ETFs do go live, and how they're going to give everybody a chance to get in, whether it's going to be you just call up a broker now and they can get it for you, or if it'll be implemented in pension plans, 401k plans, etc.
Yep.
Or even life insurance policies. I mean, I'm not too up on exactly what they're allowed to invest in. I know that they have quite a bit at their disposal, but with the regulations and the ETFs, it's going to allow quite a bit more traffic in, and so platforms and companies are going to have to build stuff like this to give people an ease of use and a foot in the door. So that's what I got.
Great. I agree with you, very much so. And yeah, I mean, if we were all super savvy at it and it was super easy, everybody would be doing it, but they're not. And I think you're right. These types of solutions are a necessary thing. One thing that does kind of excite me a little bit about this also is it can be intimidating to get on the exchanges. And there's some folks that may have crypto where we're in this bull market and supposedly prices are going to rise and people are going to want to sell. And so the interchangeable swiping and going back into your Uphold wallets is also kind of attractive to me as well. If you can put some into this vault and have it on standby, and then with a swipe, have it boom, so that it's not really sitting out there on that exchange for X amount of time. If it's in your vault and you want to, move. So, I mean, I might decide to put a few little coins in there. Right now, I will say this. I forgot to mention, they're only doing XRP first. XRP is the first asset that they're going to use this vault for. And then I think they said at the beginning of Q1, they're going to add Bitcoin. Will be the second asset that they're going to do. And then they will also introduce the other, some of the other tokens, but they're doing it slowly. And so, like I said, they're starting with XRP and then they'll move to Bitcoin. So I think I don't know. I think it's interesting. What do you think, Simon?
Yeah. Um, first off, for NFT solutions, brother man, thanks for stopping by and speaking the truth there, man. You're not wrong at all, right? For the mass adoption movement here in crypto, this is another way in, not just the ETF, right? By the way, that works for the institutions because they're already in that game, like your Vanguards and etc. They can only participate what they already have licenses to participate in, right? So if Bitcoin goes ETF, then cool. Now they can actually not only get that, but they can offer that to their very big clients, 401k funds, pension funds. The sea is your oyster at that point, at that level. I think it's a good step in the right direction for fundamentally teaching people of not your keys, not your coins, and having kind of the a little bit more kind of training wheels on there, but not. I mean, it's there, but it's not there. As far as what Uphold has just put out into beta and should be, what did he say it was done doing beta end of this year, or I mean
Yeah.
beginning of next year should be good.
So that interview that I played was like 5 days ago. I actually
Yeah.
think you can sign up for it right now. Actually.
Okay.
So I think it's live now. So
Interesting that it's XRP, and I say that because for a while there hasn't just been an XRP wallet, like there's a Bitcoin wallet or a Litecoin wallet, right? There hasn't,
some wallet.
but it's not an XRP wallet. It's not it's not the native wallet. I can't go to Ripple and say download XRP wallet. They'll say the wallet is supported on this third party platform here. But to have an actual native wallet, as far as I know, and anybody else can pipe in, you can't just go get an XRP wallet.
I thought there was.
Here, I'll Google it.
I think everybody maybe. I guess I assumed it was the Zum wallet that everybody talks about for the XRP.
Yeah, see, top searches right here on Google. Not that Google knows everything, but I don't know. I don't work there, but there's times where I can't find the answer to my question.
I know,
Go chat GPT.
Everything.
But top a couple ones here. Trust Wallet, right? That's an app. Ledger, another cold storage plus app. The Exum that you're talking about. Let's see.
Yeah, but if you now to be fair, if
you
you were to type in Bitcoin wallets, you're going to get all of those as well.
True, but you can go to bitcoin.org and download the core wallet. You don't need to go to those platforms. You can just download it to your PC or down and save it to a flash drive. There's your complicated cold storage. It's you're basically what you're doing is you're giving yourself access to the network. I get the cold storage wallet problem.
Yeah.
I mean, I had a client.
I would like to know this.
September, we did EliPal, and EliPal for that client was a pain in the pad. You know what? We finally were able. They were finally able to figure it out on the second go round. But like so many other cold storage wallets before them, there was a software issue. Right?
Well, I mean, this is my point when it comes to this. So this company, and I get it, just from following them for a couple of years now and their connections, the company connections with Uphold, Uphold is a chosen one. Okay. They're chosen.
As a company.
They're connected, they're chosen. And, and for, I guess I don't even want to say I trust. I just say I gravitate more towards companies that I can see there's transparency. They're very transparent also. in terms of their assets and what they hold. It's not, there's none of this we might have your Bitcoin or your XRP or whatever. They don't commingle funds at all, and they're very transparent, and they post things on a regular basis for people to see. That is something that is important to me. And then when I think about these cold storage wallets, they do have to be updated with firmware, right? They have to be updated. So I get confused when people they don't have such a problem with that, right? Trusting that, but they have more of a problem with like this, with a company like what Uphold is trying to do with the
because in a roundabout way, they theoretically hold one key, and they are a company. The risk with any cold storage wallet, the risk with any platform, is that they are a company. They are a company. That is the risk. Okay, and the risk there is, okay. And when I say risk, it's a risk. Okay, something to be aware of. You mentioned that in your opinion, Uphold is one of the chosen companies. So that brings up the question: well, why are they chosen? Who chose them? And why are the other ones not chosen? And why are they not chosen?
I think they're they're chosen because they're playing ball with the regulatory.
That's right. They are doing exactly what they're told, just like other institutions do exactly what they're told. But at the end of the day, there is this part to where individuals, the little guy, can get totally screwed, and it's just another day in the sun. And that's where some of these OGs of us that NFT Solutions is bringing up to has that problem. Some of us got into cryptos the same way we got into silver and gold.
Yeah.
We don't leave that at the coin store. We don't say, hey man, you can have the first 3 digits to my combo and I'm going to have the other 6. I'm just expressing the history here. For other people, they love it. They love that they don't have to ultimately be 100% responsible, that somebody else is there to have their back if they fail. And that part, I see that's great. Just like any other bank card. You had a drunken night. You made poor choices to get blackout drunk. You lost all your stuff. You call up your bank. Oh, yeah, man. I'm going to need a card, please. Right. Like, okay, we all been there. Most of us have all been there. Right. But I think that's where like this shift in, now I'm going a little off topic here. This shift in consciousness of accountability and responsibility, we're like, nope, we need to do it all, even if we fail multiple times, because this is what creates our accountability in the equation. So Uphold bringing this on board, it's great for the adoption side. But when something is easy, that is, in my opinion, a problem, because I have fallen suspect to something that was easy.
Well, I'll tell you, I totally feel what you're saying. I get it, and I agree with a lot of what you're saying. However, what I see, and just my opinion from the research that I've done and things I've followed for the past several years, it appears to me, and I could be bamboozled, I mean, I could be completely wrong. But my gut is telling me there are a lot of good people in this industry, in this crypto industry, that want to have the sovereign side, right? They want us to have more control over our money. They want to cut the intermediaries out. And so they are working towards doing that. They also realize that you're not going to completely do away with what the old system is. Like, it is going to go away. I mean, the banks are going to have a different they're going to have a different role in all of this. But from the banking conferences and things that I watch on the down low, you know, like in the background, I'm listening to them. They're talking about you know, getting third party services involved that are going to be doing stuff like this. And there's already banks that are using where people don't even really realize in the background
Yeah.
that they're actually using digital assets. And so where I think Uphold is doing something right and doing something helpful is they kind of are a middle between, you know, just being dumb and we don't know where we might be using it in the background and
Yeah, like a hybrid.
yeah, maybe the bank is benefiting and you don't even know, and you're just going to get folded in and you don't even benefit from it at all, to the midnight rider person that frickin's like guns and, you know, crypto, and I'm going to do what I need to do, to the person in the middle that's like, holy shit, man, this is me. The whole financial system's changing over and I need to get invested in this and I need to, you know, have more control over my money. I'm kind of like in that middle person to where I want to be able to help people get into it. And so I kind of feel like this type of option, but I do want to understand more. Like you're bringing up great points that I need to learn more about. What does it mean that they have a key, and what, you know, he says, no, we can't do anything. We can't do anything with our one key. We need your other key. And then he brought up at the end about using the way that they create the keys, and that, you know, it made it seem like it was more of like the Bitcoin technology of like how the keys and stuff are created, right? I don't know. I don't know. Okay. But all I know is,
I'm sorry, I was having another thought in my head that just like popped in there while you're talking about they have a key, you have two keys, etc. Like I'm about to go real old school in this one.
I want to get Simon McLaughlin or whatever his last name. I want to get the CEO of Uphold on this show.
I want to get their IT department actually here. Give me the IT people, right?
Because I bet they would be happy to explain it to us. I mean, I don't know. Yeah, keep go ahead.
Okay, so everybody out here in this world, if you're 35 years or older, you've been in a bank to go get cash, not ATM. You actually went inside the bank and you got cash. Now, there's this, usually you can see like this special door, right? It's metal and sometimes it's open, right? But it has like a real thick glass going. It's the safe, right? That would be the vault, right? So a very well-to-do individual walks into the bank and they have a key, and the important person, the manager, comes out of their office and around to the bank. Oh, Mr. So-and-so, so glad you're here. Do you have your key? Why, yes, I do. I do have my key. Wonderful. I have mine as the bank manager. I will allow you in to check your stuff in our safe.
Right.
That's what they're doing.
Yes. Yeah.
And so as a contract, when you sign up at a bank, possession is 9/10 of the law. So if you know, I mean, and that's that section, right? I'm not shooting down the idea. I think this is great. This is great for a lot of people. Buyer beware. Just because it's easy, I would be more cautious of it because it's easy. I mean, adoption has to be easy. Don't get me wrong. Don't get me wrong there. But, you know, individuals that, in my opinion, that do make millions, make it easy. But they are constantly know every check and balance that goes in. If they don't, they get someone that does know those things. So I'm just saying, like with NFT solutions, I'll go in there, I'll try it out, I'll see how good it is in my opinion and not. But it's still just that one part. They're telling me that I have total control, but yet you still have a key. and it's just like, there's a part of me that doesn't
Because you
buy
have to
that
have-
from
But you have to have 2 keys to do anything with it.
right, and
the
you
thing.
have both. You have both the actionary keys, but you don't have the key to make another key. They have that power, and if they go away, how do you make another key? If they go
Well,
away, because they're a company. A funny thing about companies, and you know this with your accounting background, only takes a few pieces of paper from a few departments in whatever governmental jurisdiction you're in, and that company can be gone, seized, and see you later. You know
Well,
that, and that's the part.
You'd still have your 2 keys that you could still do whatever you wanted. Now, would you be screwed if you lost your second key? Yes, but would you be screwed if you lost your keys to any wallet that you have that you're self-custody?
Absolutely,
Yes.
yeah,
So
yeah,
you-
exactly.
so I guess actually what you bring up a point about is anybody that is thinking about hopping into this, do so with caution and don't forget the principles of safeguarding your key. And so perhaps he shouldn't be saying, because I thought that too, when he said, get rid of the clunky thing and you don't have to dig up your backyard and all that stuff.
Come on,
But it's
yeah.
yeah, but you still have to safeguard those 2 keys that you have. Like, right? We have to still
Yeah, no.
safeguard. I wish there was, somebody else I could ask more questions to, but
It's
I don't
it's
know.
but it's good. I think so. Simon, the CEO, was talking from a place of knowing what it is. I
Yeah.
think where I had a problem on it is there is just this extra push from Mr. Kimes and his excitement, and it's like okay, Brad, like I'm hearing you, bro. Like it's easy. It's like okay. So
Yeah.
did you try to break it? Did you go lose your keys on purpose?
Yeah.
Did you go lose a key?
I think
Did you
I
throw it away in the garbage immediately and go, okay, make me a new one, and
I
see how long that process takes?
I think Lewis did. Lewis had an
Yeah,
interview
Lewis
too.
Jackson. He's like a billionaire in Texas. Is that him, right?
No, Lewis Jackson is the guy that Crypto Lulu that Christy and I interviewed on Beyond the Brink. Super nice guy.
Lawyer?
No, he's a crypto guy. He's a young guy. His name's
Yeah, I think
Crypto
he's-
Lulu. Well,
Oh.
Lewis Jackson.
Lewis
he-
Jackson.
Yeah, he keeps getting his channel deleted or like taken down, but
You know-
he is a nice person. There's a lot of people that have some aggravations with him, but I interviewed him. We talked offline.
Sounds like my kind of person.
Very lovely person. He's a sincere person. And he's just a young man trying to find his way and make a name for himself. And I have no problems with that. And I think he's a nice kid. Nice man, nice young man. I shouldn't call him a kid. He's not a kid.
Call him a kid, man. You can't.
I'm
you
getting
can't do
old,
that
though.
because you'll date yourself. You can't do that. If you say they're a nice individual person, manly thing, or whatever. I'd like to see where this goes in the future. Because usually the first one out of the gate trying to implement a core principle within the space.
Yeah.
And into the future. So now we're back to the hybrid thing. I
Yeah.
don't think, to NFT solutions point. This is just going to be a part of the space.
Yep.
Okay. I'm sharing my instant knee-jerk reaction opinion on it. I'm like,
Sure.
man,
And
are
I
you holding
wanted
that one key? I know you guys say it's for this, but every time someone has said that, not just in this space, but any other industry, it somehow it turns out bad. So as a position of caution, I'm like, let's find the bad. I mean, the company can look all good out there. They can have good people in there, but
Yes.
most good people know bad things happen to good people.
Yeah.
And so for us to, like you were bringing up just a minute ago, to stay vigilant,
Yeah.
be vigilant.
Yeah.
you still got to safeguard your keys. Do it.
Yep.
Don't rely on them. Do not rely on them. You rely on yourself.
I mean, I
and
didn't think that, Simon. I was like, okay, so you got one key and they got, you got two keys, they got one key, but you still have to safeguard two keys, which is actually more than the other kind of wallet where you only have one key.
true,
right?
true. But we don't know what kind of keys these are. Is this a seed phrase? Are these two seed phrases? Is this is it the QR code and a
And
seed
that's-
phrase? I
that's-
mean, there's all these different speculative things, which you and I don't know right now. And I'm down to give this a whirl. But here's
Yeah.
the other problem with Uphold. There's that stupid little jurisdictional thing. What do I mean by that? Depending on what state here in the US, you can't play at Uphold because your state doesn't want you in cryptos at all, in my opinion. There's a lot of that. There's a lot of that. Gemini exchange. I know, depending on the state you live in, you can't play with Gemini.
All I know is
know?
Uphold is one of the only places that you could buy XRP when everybody else delisted it. So for that,
That's not true.
well, I said one of the only places
Yes.
that you could buy
there's now why did now I'm going to ask you this.
But- and it
Why did everybody else have to?
Why?
Not chose
They-
to. Have to.
I don't know. I didn't think they had to. They chose
got a
to.
they got a little piece of paper.
Yeah. From
Some of them got the United States government and the Securities Exchange Commission saying, hey, if you want to
and
play ball here for the short time, you got to do this.
yeah. Well,
And
And-
depending on when Uphold's licenses, they already before Uphold did crypto, they were already doing
Yeah.
other stuff. They're already doing stocks and gold, right? Correct.
Yeah.
They're not a new exchange. They just added crypto to their portfolio.
I'm not actually sure about that. That's a good question.
I swear they've been around before. I swear they had other things, and then they did crypto because they have
And
stocks.
So
you know.
yes, they have a lot of different things, and so this is another reason why this company, these people that have been in this, they are very familiar with regulations and how things need to be done. I was listening to a Brian Brooks thing from I think it was about 3 years ago. And he was the old comptroller. He's been all over in many different positions, but he was schooling or talking to a bunch of new developers about 3 years ago, and how to help them when they're in the midst of developing these new crypto products, and how to help them avoid getting caught into being sued and having whether if their project has this and this box, they might need to consider that they are a security. And so anyway, it was kind of one of those talks he gave for an hour to a room full of young developers 3 years ago. And just by listening to that is just another thing in my mind. And this is how I do when I do my research and I formulate my opinions on how things are really happening in the real world and why things happen the way that they do, is because in the we see a bunch of things that are fantastical, and we're gonna everything's gonna change, and we're gonna be sovereign, and this is all gonna happen. It's not gonna happen tomorrow, right? And I think that anybody that is building in this environment, including Divi, including Nick at Divi, with the Divi wallet and stuff, I think he's a very smart young man who's also been playing according to the rules. He knows, because if he wants to be able to be, worldwide, he's going to build something that's going to check all those boxes. You know what I'm saying? that we can
I
all
just NFT Solutions just did a comment here via private chat.
Uh-oh.
First he says I wouldn't be surprised if Robinhood does the same thing. Secondly, he says that you just took the words right out of his mouth with Divvy. Companies that are building these solutions with Divvy are going to succeed. Took the words right out of my mouth. Now, I'd like to sidestep on that.
Yeah.
Divvy's not playing ball in US, right? They're only playing in India, correct?
I didn't realize that. I didn't realize that
That's
they were
that Nick went to India. Like that's where their headquarters are at.
well, I know that, but I mean, we're using Divvy. Like,
Yeah, but not in the Dubai. Thank you. NFT Solutions. Dubai, right? So they're over in Dubai. So that's
everybody's
their
in
jurisdiction they're in.
Dubai. Everybody's in
Ex-
Dubai. Like, everybody's in Dubai. Everybody's in Texas. There's
Well,
a
not
lot
everybody,
of
man. There's good, but there is good. I mean, Texas, like I said, Texas is holding the line, man. Texas
There
is definitely holding the line.
in Texas when it comes to the crypto space. There's a
Texas
lot
is,
of
yep,
people.
Texas
And
has
it-
always been in tech.
Isn't Texas also one of the states that might like I don't know, just like break away or something, and I don't know.
They've always kind of had that holding.
Yeah.
As part of their contract with the union, with the
Yeah.
United States for America.
F around and find out type mentality.
Yeah. Or of America, United States of America.
Of America.
Um,
Yeah, interesting.
Where was I going to go with that? So these other like even Ripple, you shared a video with me. It was a live stream.
Yeah.
Was it Brad Garlinghouse, right? Or who was?
Probably.
Yeah, Brad Garlinghouse, and he was doing. They did some acquisition of some company, and I can't remember the name of the company. You remember? Yes, Medico. Thank you. And then Brad's talking about, hey, we're about to go to Dubai to do this big old kickoff thing down there, and he even said something to this. So don't quote me on this. That we've tried to play here, but we're gonna go where we're invited, and they've cut out a pathway for us. And literally, like the day before, India made it legal for institutions to handle XRP plus a few others that they already gave the blessing to. I believe one of them was Bitcoin. The other one was Ethereum. So XRP just kind of joined that group over in India. But see, I guess that's the big problem is for me. It's like, get rid of the leadership that we all have right now because you're stifling us in this new industry.
So,
Elizabeth.
oh, Lizzie.
Yeah.
Gosh, don't get me started on her.
I know. I'm sorry. I really am. I didn't mean to kill the vibe.
No, but so here's my theory, my speculation. And you're right. Ripple definitely over the past few years and the getting sued and all of that. They have gone to other countries. They've continued to build and create relations and stuff like that. And all while they're being sued here. And so seemingly, to us, unless you're like us that pay attention and give attention to this kind of stuff, you wouldn't even really realize how far Ripple's come and what their connections are and what they're building and that. Same with Divvy. This is my point where I say Nick, I met Nick, super smart guy, super nice guy. I see the people that he has on his team in the wallets. And for those of you don't know, we don't talk about it very often. We haven't talked about it very often. But there is something called the Divvy Project and the Divvy Wallet, Crypto Made Easy. and we've been following that project for a couple years now, and I think they're going to be around for a while. I think they're building
They
something
are. No,
solid.
they are. That's
And,
no argument here. No argument here. And NFT Solutions also just said that Divvy Swap was in the U.S. first, but they have bigger, better deals outside this jurisdiction.
well, and here's the thing: is I see them doing something similar to what Ripple did. So
Yeah.
even in the beginning, they didn't really they weren't going out on social medias and having like this huge presence, and where they were trying to shill.
The
They
hype.
weren't.
The hype.
They
Yeah,
didn't.
they weren't doing the hype train.
Shilling anything. They still don't shill. Okay, but they're silently building. They built their chain, and they've their way they had their nodes and the one-click master node in the cloud and all of that kind of stuff. And now they've made some tweaks, and they're changing things around, and they're learning and all of that. But the thing is that they continue to build, and they're doing things in the other countries. But I think that they're smart enough to build where, and with the intention that they're going to be in the United States. They're not going to eliminate United States as customers. Okay. They're not going to abandon the idea. So I would assume that a bunch of intelligent people that are building something, they're going to build it so that they can participate in this market as well. And so I think any project that is going to be successful in the long run, you don't build it and then later say, shoot, I should have thought about that as a potential roadblock for me down the road. You want to be able to hit the gate going, right? And so I think there are a lot of projects out there that may not be thinking of these types of things. And so where they seem like they're getting faster adoption and, getting more out there. And then you got these other companies like Divvy in the background. They're just hold until shit's ready to go. And then it's going to be like, dun, 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 dun. I mean, they got the name, Divvy is like a logical name. I don't know. So anyway, that's just my long-winded, I apologize, opinion on, but I mean, you can't, there's so many big things happening. You can't go at this with thinking that you're going to just tear down everything that's been built in terms of regulation and rules and clarity and all that, because we still do need those types of things. And
we do, or corporations. I want to make that distinction.
Well, we do too. I think we do too. Across the board, there needs to be a global consensus, a global what do I want to say, set of standards for doing business and what's going to be acceptable, and to be able to interoperate with one another, for all of this to really work. And so I don't think you can't just go at it willy-nilly without any kind of set of standards and regulations. I mean, you have to have that. But you don't have somebody like Liz. But
that's the problem right there. You said her name. Okay, that's the problem. Okay. Right. See, and this is where most of us, and correct me if I'm wrong, all you other OGs out there in the crypto space, we literally self-police. Projects have come together multiple times to even do a bigger, better project, right? There's a point where it's like, you regulatory factors need to sit in the back and really pay attention to this thing and stop trying to get control of the ocean. You can't stop a wave. Learn how to utilize it for the betterment of what you claim you are about. I'm not going to go down that political road, but every time these entities come in, it stifles everything. Yes. It really does. It really does. I don't disagree with. I agree with Alan Staple. Corruption's going to be everywhere. 100%. I mean, not 100% corruption. I'm just saying it's going to be in there. There's always going to be corruption, right? So you factor it in. So when somebody says, "Oh, we're doing this for your," it's like, dude, I was already safe, and you don't even recognize that.
Right.
I was already safe. And you're trying to build walls around me to keep me contained when honestly you should be doing walls around the Bittrex email phishing scam. Like, dude, you guys literally have the technology to trace an email. Go and get them, block their stuff, track them back. It's not that hard.
Yeah.
You guys
Or-
have the budget.
Or how about all of the
You know?
fake Brad Garlinghouse commercials that they allow to play on YouTube?
Dude,
Like,
I
I-
got burned on that. I got burned on one of those in 2017. I got burned on one of those. Not the Brad Garlinghouse. It was a whole nother one. But that was the old hustle. That was the old hustle from back in the day. It's like, okay, if you guys really want to help regulate this, then first off, go after a platform that have that on there.
Yeah.
Go get them. They allowed that to be there. They chose to not do anything. They chose not to vet. Like, come on, man. Like, if that's really going to be the play here, then start doing it.
They're paying to advertise on YouTube, and the person is clearly, it is Brad Garlinghouse's face, but it's not him.
Yeah.
Like it's
It's like old. Do you remember the old kung fu movies?
Yeah.
You disrespect me and my family. I love that. I love those, man. Old Bruce Lee movies, man. Oh,
Yeah.
Back when Chuck Norris was, young Chuck, he can still
Yeah.
kick your butt, man. I don't care who you say. Have you seen Chuck Norris? Sorry, switching gears. Yeah, I'm a, NFT Solutions. I can't say that. We'll get kicked off YouTube for that.
What did he say? What did he
But they won't allow a T-Man commercial paid. If we did a T-Man commercial and we paid for it, they wouldn't allow it. But they'll allow a XRP steal your coin scam.
Yeah. Yeah.
All right, we got off track.
But in any event, here is here's switching gears a little tiny bit.
Okay, cool.
I got an email. I don't know. I mentioned it in a couple shows ago that I use the Fold app as just an easy way to earn some
Fold
Bitcoin.
app, yeah. Fold app, yep.
The Fold card, I guess I should.
Yeah, I got I did it for a little bit. I'll explain that later. But yeah, I was playing with it.
So here's this is another example of, there's all these different companies that are putting their services out there and seeing what's going to catch or whatever. Well, now and I have my money, like some of my money direct deposit on my Fold card so that I can pay bill. I can pay bills, I can buy stuff, whatever. I'm earning some Bitcoin. Well, I just got an email from them yesterday, I think, where now, and I noticed it too with Uphold also with you get the Lightning, the banks that are participating with this instant settlement. And so now Fold card, as long as your bank's participating, you'll be able to send money from your Fold card directly to another bank, which that wasn't like that before. This was like, I remember when we first started talking about it, when Jim, God bless his heart,
I know, miss Jim.
started. Yeah, me too. When he told us about it and he was using Uphold, and we were all on the test app. And that was one of the features that he was really interested in, that was coming, and it's finally here, to where you'll be able to send money from your Fold card to a bank instantly, so you can move money. So I think that's kind of cool. And I don't know why I wanted to say that, but I did. I just wanted to tell people.
Okay. Here's what you're speaking. Here's what you're speaking to. You're speaking to another uptick in promises that were made a while ago, right? The evolution of this space is starting to the visual. We're
Yes.
finally seeing some of the visual things that we were promised. Well, promised. We were told about 2 years ago, 3 years ago, 4 years ago, even
We've been patient.
5 years ago. We're on a 5-year delta right now. Those things are starting to really be visible. They're starting to be used, and I do think overall it's great. But the other side of that is anything new that comes out, do not fully embrace it until you fully understand it. And that's going to take time because they're great. Look, Uphold, great idea. It's in beta. They're trying to just work the bugs out of their great idea. Now it's going to take the rest of us to get on there, try it, find other holes that don't work wherever we're at in the world, right? And then address those. And if they are able to address most of those, I mean, of course, they're going to be all stars, right? And if they're able to say, hey, look, regulators, we have continued to play by all your standards, and you guys really need to back off on some of this other stuff. It will kill this industry.
Yeah. Yeah.
Or something like that.
Yeah.
That's what being a leader in the industry is, right? And that's how we recognize who's the good and who's the bad and who's the ugly. But anyways, yeah, just take it with a grain of salt. I like the idea for, hey, if you lose one of your keys, you have a play. Awesome. But if you wrote your keys down and hide them in 3 different spots, if you lose one, then guess what you still have? You still have 2 keys, and you can still, or 2 pieces of paper to recover your stuff. It's the same. It's partially the same principle on that note. But I just went to Uphold. They have the new wall there. Yeah, I'm gonna download it. I'm gonna try it. See what it's good. I'll send some out. Yeah, I'm gonna see if I can't break the bank.
Well, here's another little wah wah wah.
Oh, you got a wah wah
wah wah wah. So a friend of ours, well, an acquaintance, someone that I know of, recently had a significant amount of XRP stolen from their Ledger wallet, their Ledger cold storage wallet. And this person said that, they used all of the precautions that you're supposed to take when you use it. In fact, this person hadn't checked their wallet in months and months. Okay. It's not somebody that is constantly checking their cold storage wallet. However, when they went to check the balance, they noticed that it was gone. And the date that that these coins disappeared happened to be around the time right when there was that big uproar over Ledger doing the opt-in feature thing. I want to say like May of 22 or something like that. Does that sound right? Or maybe was it May of 23? May of 23. Sorry about that. It wasn't that long ago. Let's put it that way.
Just this year. Right?
May or June of 23. Sorry about that. In any event, that is around the time that the person's wallet was compromised. So I guess I just wanted to say to anybody that has a Ledger, and if you haven't checked your Ledger in a while, you might want to check it. I don't know. I don't have one. But that was kind of alarming to me that, this person is, they supposedly did everything. They used a VPN. They didn't, that was offline, and, they didn't share their keys with anybody and all of these things. And yet they were able to have their whole wallet drained around the same day that that backdoor. And I looked it up because when I heard the story, I looked up and found around the same dates that people were saying that there was that issue with it, and I don't know. So that doesn't make me feel good, and this is why I'm saying, like, people trust the ledger stuff. Well, how the hell did that happen then? If somebody did everything
Because
they were supposed to do,
because it's a company,
right?
a product. Like that's the
The com-
thing. That's literally
Yeah.
the thing. That's literally the thing. Not to quote one of my old videos, but if you want to win, hashtag off and in. Get your coins
Right.
off the exchange and into wallet. Because
Yeah.
that could be even that wallet. Get them to another wallet. You might have to move them around. And people are like, oh, I don't want to do that. It's like you're playing at what you must realize is you're playing at a level that that most investors play at. True investors, okay?
Yeah.
Not having a broker on call and doing that and whatever. Yes, you're an investor, but if you're actually doing the paperwork, you're in the system, you're doing these things. Like, let's talk about a company that houses medical information on a whole bunch of patients. Their security has to be top notch, but don't you think for 1 second that it is 100% safe, because it is not.
No.
We're only as good
They
as the
overlook things
technology.
like having cleaning people come in and just clean the offices and
people
all
want-
willy-nilly.
This is true. NFT Solution brings up a point for the ledger.
Yeah.
Some people didn't buy it from Ledger.
Well,
Some people
yes,
bought it
that's-
from Amazon.
Well,
You
that's a good
can't do that. You
Yeah.
can't do that. Again, it's all about coming back to the company. You can trust a company, but a company is still a company.
Yeah.
Right? A company is still a company. So they have their weaknesses there just because they are a company.
Yeah.
So the real hard thing in anything is, how do you get it 100% under your control, and then how do you keep that safe?
Yeah.
Right? So if you download like the Bitcoin Core wallet, it's only on your device. You're in charge. That's it. It's whatever device you download it to. The Litecoin Core wallet, it's on your computer or your cell phone. That now that's kind of starting to be a thing. It's on your old tablet. It's still there. You have it backed up on a flash drive. That's literally the same principle as a cold storage. You do have to plug it in to sync up the wallet, to sync up to the blockchain. You do have to do those things. And sometimes your flash drive. Yeah.
How do you
you
send it?
have to do that.
How do you send it
What do you mean?
though? Like, what if you wanted to send it to someone? Like from that wallet.
You plug in your flash drive, you type in your password, you do your private keys, and you send it. But it's an application, so you could turn all your internet off, right? Internet off. You could even sync your wallet to the network.
Yeah.
Then unplug your internet, or vice versa. Put in your passwords, no internet. Plug the internet back in. It syncs up. It's synced. It's nothing but a plug. People go, oh, it's too many steps. It's like, then cool. Honestly, and I mean, from the bottom of my heart, I have love for people, but you ain't ready for this game.
Yeah.
If you don't know how to go down to a gold and silver coin store and buy some silver and take some precautionary steps to store it in your house somewhere and go through that process of where is it, you ain't ready for this game.
Yeah.
That's really
That is
it.
Because we're really early.
If you don't have the cojones to even go on to Cash App and maybe spend $5 a week and buy some
Yeah.
Bitcoin, you ain't ready for this. You're not ready for this yet. And this is where it comes to, dip a toe. Yes, dip a toe. But you have to have the current. You got to have that courage. You got to have the bravery to come into the pool. You have to have the willingness to come in and to say, I am taking a section of my personal finance and the future of those finance into my own hands. So that means I'm going to have to be like the days of old and be the old crotchety person in the office, in their home, and it's all smoky and they're, don't bother me. I'm doing the finance stuff. But that's true. What are you doing? I mean, I remember, I don't know which where I was at, but this individual is wealthy. And they said, once you become wealthy, managing your money is a full-time job. Managing all your money and all your investments. Dude, that's what this is. That's what crypto is. You're taking a piece of that responsibility and putting it into your hands and saying, I'm going to do this. I'm going to do this because I want something better. Because the people that I have allowed to do this, I keep getting the raw end of the deal when the dominoes start falling down. You know, and I think that's like myself. Hold on a second. You are echoing like somebody's not muted, but notice it when hot chick talks. Oh. The hot chick's you, by the way. Oh, hold on a second. Let me see if I can mute.
I don't think you're talking about me.
Well, I know this individual is not talking about me. All right. Hey, Jake. Hey, brother man, is that still good out there? Or are we still echoey?
It doesn't sound echoey.
Like a little bit.
I can't hear it at all.
I just have like a little bit on my end that I can hear. I'm gonna go into audio, microphone.
As we talk, the longer this goes on, I can feel like my left nostril is getting like more and more plugged. Like I can't I can't breathe out of my nose. I'm like, oh my god.
This you guys need to protect your cryptos at all costs.
But don't be afraid. Get into it. I think, but on the other side of this, what's that line out of Spider-Man? God dang it! With great power comes great responsibility. It's very true, right?
Yes.
And so I tip my hat to Uphold for bringing this to the space, and other people, other companies, and future companies will build upon this. And you guys are pioneering and trying to implement a principle that has been a foundational principle in this space, and trying to bring it into the main street, easy on, easy off place, right?
Yeah.
But as new things come to fruition, we must be cautious. Example, you keep talking about Ledger. I'll talk about Exodus. Exodus 2. And I'm not saying Exodus is bad, but these little hackers, I'm just going to say hackers, okay? These scammers have found ways, have found kinks in the armor, right? And part of that's the human factor.
Well,
but not bad. It gets worse when you get excited. All right, I'll try to calm down.
I actually had
how about that?
I actually had another friend email me this morning that also had their ether taken from them, and what it was, and this is not necessarily that his wallet got hacked, but he was intoxicated and got an email from Bittrex because they're going out of business, and said, hey, you need to get you have $7,000 left on the exchange. You need to come and get it before blah, blah, blah. And you need to, so he connected his wallet through this email. So again, these basic principles that what we said from the very beginning is, you don't click those emails. You don't click those kind of emails. If they're not going to email you that kind of stuff, you need to just go to the website itself. If there's something there, you'll find out that way. Don't be willy-nilly clicking links, because and if anybody when they find out that you're in crypto, you're going to get a bunch. I mean, that's why I think if you sign up for something, don't use the same email that you use to shop on Amazon and sign up for Twitter and all these things. Don't use the same email. Use a separate email for your crypto. Keep that life separate. No commingling.
Yes, and I mean, and there it is. There's the human factor, right? The thing we have to be vigilant on is ourselves. You bring up the Bittrex emails, dude. I have multiple phishing emails in this account. This email is no way, shape, or form attached to any crypto exchange. So as soon as I saw it, I'm like, nice try, sucker. Like, dude, you guys did not do your research. You're just doing an email blast out there, hoping you're going to catch somebody slipping, right? And I mean, it's working for them. I'm sure it is, but that's the play. That's their play. So whenever you get that email, look at that, question it, be like, why are you giving this to me? And don't freak out. Don't be like, I only have this time. Be like, bull crap. I don't believe a word of this. I'm going to go find out and see how much full of crap you really are. Be that person in that moment. You can even go as far as saying, rather living trust, but verify.
Trust but verify, baby.
Verify. I'm gonna verify you.
Verify, baby.
You got your hall pass? You got your hall pass? ID?
Yeah.
Put your ID right there. Need to see your ID.
What I have is a negative COVID test.
For all you on Spaces, Melissa is holding up her COVID test that she got after I said, "Show me your ID." That's funny.
I work from home today. My office had there's been an outbreak of COVID, and I wasn't feeling super great, and I was sneezing, and my other coworker was kind of concerned, and so I'm like, I just took my computer home. I'm like, I can work from home, and then my boss said, yeah, you might want to take a COVID test just to be sure. And I took it, and I was like, please don't have COVID. And it was negative. And I'm like, I told you it wasn't COVID. But
you were like, dang it. God.
No, as the days going on.
I passed. God, passed. No day off for me.
In any event.
That's unfortunate. I'm sorry. That's going down. Yeah, we've had a few bugs go around here, but nothing that puts you down. Just puts you like just kind of kicks you back a notch. But back to being vigilant in this space. The scams. I do have to tip my hat to Caleb and Brown. They are the only exchange broker that has come out continuously to their clients and says, hey, there's an uptick in phishing scams. Be aware, we're not doing this, and they do that constant, nice reminder. I mean, Caleb and Brown, you guys are a global leader in this industry, man. And I tip my hat to you guys. Like, seriously. You guys are top notch in those practices, and we need those practices in place.
Well,
I think it's great.
They the Bitcoin people and the XRP people, they all champion Caleb and Brown.
Yes.
There's a consensus. So they've got to be legit. They got to be solid, because there's so many customers that are just like Caleb and Brown. So yeah. That's
a place you do have before you play ball. There, you do have you got to have a little bit of stack some money. But I mean, if you got like 4 friends and each of you had $500, then just create an account under one name, and then y'all could get whatever you needed. That might be a play for you. But I think they have a $2,000 minimum to participate there.
Now. I actually, I didn't do it yet, and so my friends told sign up for Caleb and Brown, and you could actually do it with like coins now. Like it had to be
Yeah,
cash.
yeah. If you have crypto, then you're good too.
I think it's like 500. It's a
Perfect.
lot lower. Yeah.
Perfect.
So
Perfect.
I need to actually get on that. I haven't done
Yes,
that
you
myself.
should. Yes, you should.
Um,
They're you want it like, okay, for as much as you speak about Uphold and your research there, I
should
am in the same position with Caleb and Brown.
Good.
Okay, just how they have, for the most part. Okay, my experiences has been pretty positive. I've had other clients that have, like, at first it was a little rough, and then Caleb and Brown got on the ball, and now they're like, okay, this isn't so bad. It's like, look, to be honest, for you to get a human being on the other end of the phone in this space is like ridiculously crazy. I wish we had customer service, but then I'd be out of a job.
We got about 10 minutes left, and I wanted to see if my eureka moment was accurate, because I had a eureka moment the other day and you talked about, since you brought Caleb and Brown up. I just want to make sure that my understanding is in the ballpark, so to speak.
Cool.
So
batter up.
So Caleb and Brown is what they call an over-the-counter provider, right? I don't know what you call it. Provider. They're not an broker.
They're an over-the-counter exchange, but basically in a roundabout way, they could be considered a broker because they don't only deal in crypto.
Yes. Okay. So there's a lot of people that talk about, over the counter. There's big industries and banks and people buying, say, like, I'm just going to use XRP for an example. All right. There's a lot of rumors that, larger institutions, they've been buying it over the counter. And then you have the counters of people saying, then why isn't the price moving? That sort of thing. Why isn't it changing the price? Why doesn't it impact the price? Well, I started thinking about this. And I remembered back when I was on, I want to say maybe Kraken. Is either Kraken or BitTrue when I was buying Divi. Okay.
Yep.
And I remember experiencing that with the bid, the sell orders, the buy and sell orders, and putting mine for sale at a certain price, and then seeing a whole or not for sale. Like I would say I wanted to buy it. I was trying to buy it for a certain price, and my order sat there and sat there, and other orders would come in, and like just a whole bunch would be going away. And I was like, what the hell's going on here? Like, why are they passing me over? Like, I didn't understand. So then I think about personal exchanges when, if you were to sell me some XRP, we say amongst ourselves, I'll sell it to you for 75 cents a coin or whatever. And I say, sure. And I give you the cash and you give it to me. That doesn't change the price. What I figured out, which I know lots of people know this, but it was kind of a eureka moment for myself, is that when you buy it from an exchange, the exchange's pool, so to speak, or whatever the amount of coins that they have for sale in their little posse, right? They're not attached to like the Kraken and the Coinbase and those types of things, where they're not competing with them. And so when you're buying from someplace like BitTrue, there's only so many for sale, so many people that are on there selling. And so if I go on there and I'm trying to sell something, and then everybody else is like, shit, I better try to get some too. Everybody starts coming on wanting to buy it. And then the price starts getting pushed up, right? Because the demand is going up. But when you're with over the counter, you're just buying it on like whatever the agreed upon price is, right? Whatever they're selling it. Their little movement is kind of similar to like me selling it to you or you selling it to me, right? I mean, am I?
Well, okay. You're about 90. I would say 90% about right. In your Eureka moment. And by the way, congratulations, because yes, that's what it is. So let's what do we got here? Okay, cool. 7 minutes to rock this out. Here we go. Okay, so if you wanted to get something on the cheap, okay, and you knew it was going to be the thing, XRP. Here we go. And I had $10 million in cash. I would take $9 million. Forget it. I'm gonna take $5 million. And I'm gonna see if I just can't use a computer to buy and sell to keep that price between 50 cents and 75 cents. Right? Which means my average buy price through there is about 65 cents. Or 60 cents. Excuse me. What was that? Is that right? My math is off on that. Did you get what I'm saying? 70 cents and 50 cents in the middle of 60. There we go. Easy math. All right. So that's on the exchange, the retail market, the Coinbase, the BitTrue, the Bittrex that's no longer here, the Kraken, the Gemini, all those retail level exchanges. Okay. So why now, Simon, why are you going to try to keep that price within that range? Well, it turns out I'm a rich fella. I know some people that like to sell in the private that doesn't move the market. So I can spend $5 million at one time, boop, and I got my coins and I didn't move the market. Right. Yeah. But if I was over at the market and I bought $5 million worth of XRP, let me tell you something, that's going to move the market up, because back to the orders. Okay. Person A is selling their XRP at 50 cents. Person B is selling X amount of XRP at 60 cents. Same for 70 cents, the same amount. And let's say it just continues up to $10. Okay. Yeah. Now, if I spend $5 million there, I'm not getting it at the price of 50 cents or 60 cents. I'm buying up all the orders all the way up to where my $5 million runs out. Okay. That's how you get a price spike. It's the volume of money and orders that are executed in an up direction or a down direction. Here's another example. Here's a way you could drop the market on the screen on the retail market. You could have orders of XRP, 0.001 XRP for 50 cents. Then you could only be selling one. Then you could be selling 0.5, a half of XRP for 99 cents, and then 25% of an XRP for 98 cents, and so on and so forth. Collectively, you might be only selling 100 XRP collectively, right? But you're at those lower. You're saying, hey, I'll sell it all the way down here. Well, someone will buy that, and that will drop the price. And in that moment, you could have another deal going down with another ready to sell seller, right? Example: Bitcoin miners need money to keep their facilities running. That's partially why they sell their Bitcoin. Okay, so they have to. You assumed that they have to sell the Bitcoin in order to keep the lights on, pay their employees, get the new equipment, et cetera, et cetera. Okay, so when the price drops, probably someone got a really good discount on the back end that we're just not going to know, because it doesn't move the market up and it doesn't move the market down at the retail level. But on the OTC, there are still those orders in, just like it would be on the retail side. The difference is what's called the slippage. So let's say Bitcoin goes up to $100,000. Okay, let's say it's up there, and you have an order on the over-the-counter market, so behind closed doors, basically, for $100,000, right? And it didn't hit there. It didn't sell. And you're going, why? Because there's a 5% slippage. No, someone might not want to buy or sell that per se. I'm getting kind of lost in my explanation. You were willing to buy it $100,000, and someone might have sold that to you when the price was at $98,000. Okay, so in a quick transaction, they could have arbitraged that. They could have bought it for 98,000 and then quickly sold it on the over-the-counter market for 100,000. They made $200,000 just like that. So on the other end, there is that too, right? So it's like the slippage is 5% both on the high and the low. So if Bitcoin retails 100,000, the only orders that are going to get filled on the over-the-counter market are probably 95,000, right? That would be their peak, if you will. Okay, with me so far? So if the peak was 100,000 for Bitcoin, the over-the-counter market was probably 95,000, right? That was the last set of Bitcoin that was sold was at 95,000, right? And vice versa, right? The price could be, all the way down to let's say 50,000. Well, the last order that got in for someone willing to sell their Bitcoin was probably at 55,000. Just for an example of how that works. So now we're kind of getting to a alleged market manipulation. They make the price go up and down over here so they can get a good price over here. So over time, and this is what happens over time, especially with the algorithms and high frequency trading, someone will put in an input to, let's see, here to here. Computer, I want you to go from this point to this point. I don't care how you do it, but I want you to go from here to here over within 5 years, and here's the money that you get. And then the computer will do that. It'll go bam, bam, ding, got it. Over time. That's kind of how that works. In a short explanation. And I feel bad for you people on Twitter. You might have to watch that part of the YouTube that we have going out here at Vita Broadcast, because there was no way for me to narrate. It goes up, it goes down, it continues up, it goes down, it continues up, it goes down. But if you're on Spaces, I want you to picture point A being at a bottom left corner of a window, and then point B at the top right corner of a window or a computer screen. Okay, so you're going from point A to point B, but you're not going in a straight line. The computer will get you from point A to point B, but it will be going more like a snake, up and down, up and down, up and down, up and down, over time. Ta-da. There you go.
I would like to play our exit music.
Okay, we're out of here. I'm glad you had your eureka moment.
No, you helped me with it too. I'm glad to know that I'm in the ballpark of being close to being correct, because
yeah, it's there, and I'm saying close because you got to leave a little bit of room for what you don't know, or you really know, you probably don't know.
Yeah.
So that's why we tip a toe when we talk.
So I'm going to start playing it. And I want to tell everybody, thank you for coming.
Hey, when are we coming back?
That's a good question.
I got aren't you gone the 27th?
Let's see.
Doing Christmas?
I'm not gone. No. Let's see. So I should be around actually on the 27th, because I'm going to do the 30th. But we could technically do the 27th, I think.
Cool. Let's do it. Yeah, I'm down. I'm down. Or do we sandbag for the New Year's Eve party?
Your dance close. Huh? Silliness. Well,
it is silliness.
Tip a toe, let's talk crypto. Come back. Please like, share, and subscribe. Help our channel grow. It'd be so awesome.
Thumbs up or thumbs down. Just make the effort.
Yeah. Talk to you all later. Have a great day, night, afternoon. Bye now.
Y'all take care.